Alright, hello, welcome to a new video. Finally, god damn it, yeah, so the ceiling's fireplace, ignore that. Anyways, welcome to a new video. As you can see, it is a command block tutorial video. I have not done one of these yet, so let's give it a go. Now, what this is essentially a player tracking compass that switches between every player on the server for a max of however many you want. This system has a total of 16 max players. Also, I've been punching this guy around a bit, so I'm going to heal him up a bit for demonstration purposes. And as you can see, it switches between each player, and the compass follows them around. And that is what I'm going to be showing you how to do today. So, over here, oh, hold on, I gotta reset the circuit. Okay, the circuit's actually reset now. So, this is a lot of the same command block, just with different numbers in them. So, this first one, here, for this row, it executes as a random player without the tag assigned, which is something you get here, then runs this command, which adds the tag 1 to the player who has been randomly selected by this command block, and then that player with the tag 1 then gets the assigned tag, which prevents them from being tagged in any of the future command blocks. And then at the end here, it sets this block as a redstone block so that it can power the next circuit and so on. So, for example, I set a block there, it goes through the circuit, powering every single one, and so now, since there's 2 players online, hold on. So Turbo Tigers here has 2 and assigned, and then I have 1 and assigned. So there will never be more than 1 with the 1 tag, and there will never be more than 1 player with the 2 tag, etc. And each of these is the exact same thing, but with a different number spelled out, because for some reason tags don't like actual numerical values. It kind of makes sense. And then the last one here doesn't have the redstone thing to set the next row, because there is no next row. Next circuit is fairly simple. It's what gives us these flashing redstone blocks here. And what these repeating always active command blocks do is, if a player has the 1 tag, then it constantly sets this block as redstone. Same thing for 2 and 3. So this tells us whether or not there is a player with that tag. As you can see, there's only 2 players online, so only the 1 and 2 tags are activated. Then this command block is hooked up to an observer chain, and essentially what it does is it takes all the redstone blocks in this row and is constantly replacing them with air, thus creating this flashing effect. Then to prevent this flashing output, we have 4-tick redstone repeaters, which 4-tick redstone repeaters, which solidify the redstone signal. Over to here, which pushes this down, which says these 2 ones, there are players for these ones, so these 2 are activated. And what it does here is it switches the redstone block between these 2 places, and if I go here, we have approximately a 12-second delay here, which causes it to track any given player for 12 seconds at a time. And then this is probably the circuit that took the longest to get correct. So these impulse command blocks up at the top, what they do is essentially do the action bar title that tells you which one is tracking, like that right there that fades out quickly. It basically tells you when it switches who it's tracking and who it switches to. A fairly simple command. Again, not again. So this is the second time I'm recording it. I forgot to actually make it record the footage. It just recorded the audio last time. So this is actually the second time I'm doing this. But regardless, yeah. I forgot my train of thought. Anyways, next command block. Oh, right, nope, that was it. I'm gonna put all these commands in the description if you want them. And then down here, this one, constantly, when activated, this constantly sets the, so this is repeat and needs redstone. When activated, it constantly sets the world spawn to the given player. So if it's the one in this row, it would set it to 1. If it's the one in this row, it would set it to 2. And as you can see, the compass always points towards the world spawn. So it's always pointing towards that player. Then the next command block in the row, this one, sets the block sets the redstone block here to air. So it removes this redstone block, and then the next one, if there is a netherite block there, then it moves the redstone block to here, or puts a new redstone block there, essentially. And then the one at the very end, if there's not a netherite block here. If there's not a netherite block in this position, then it sets this block to redstone. And it's exactly the same across here, except this one here and this one here are relative coordinates. So this one is a better example. So this one is -35 and -2. It's all relative, so it moves this way too, and then -35 in that direction. And then same thing for this one, it also moves 2 blocks to the right of it, and then all the way down. Which makes it so you don't have to customize every single one of these blocks, you can just control click and then place them all down. And that's pretty much how the whole circuit works. The last bit over here is the reset circuit. So this one replaces all the redstone blocks here with air. This one removes the assign tag from everyone, and then the rest of them just remove the rest of the tags. And then this one just sets the block at the beginning to air so it can be used again. And then this is also foolproof, because if the block ends somewhere else, say here, while it was down, and then it gets pulled up in the middle, the signal still goes all the way to the end, and it detects that the next netherite block is up, and sends the redstone block all the way back to the beginning, thus creating a foolproof system of reset. So once you place the first redstone block down here, you'll never have to interact with those redstone blocks again. It'll all just be triggered by this. So if you'll see I do this, it gets pushed down, the signal gets sent forward, and the loop starts again. So right now, since there's only 2 players, it'll go back and forth between these 2 positions, but it won't continue down the chain. So I have 16 here, but it's only going to do 2 of them as long as these 2 netherite blocks are pushed down. There's probably a simpler way of doing this, but this is the only way I thought of doing it. So, but as you can see, it works. So thank you for watching. That's the tutorial. Again, command blocks all the commands will be in the description. And thank you for watching. Goodbye. Oh, and this may or may not be for a new minigame I'm working on. More stuff for that soon. I promise it's going to be very fun. I'll see you then.